No, it's been doing this since the stock wheels and tires.
Freaking bought it.
Tires with the stock tires, the miles tires, the Nittos.
I love that Jelly's over here typewriting with her ass. What's up, Lite Brite Nation?
What's going on, Lite Brite Nation?
So, on our way back from Deep Beach to Texas and eventually back to Utah, Kevin here
decided to stop off in Atlanta, Georgia,
so we could finally be YouTubers,
real YouTubers,
and buy a supercar. Just kidding. We're not buying a supercar.
But
we are buying a new vehicle. You just have to figure out which one. Y'all.
Dude, holy.
Say hello to child support 2.2.0.
Why are you?
I don't know why I'm saying it a different.
It's not even an accent, though.
I don't know
what.
what
It's not even an accent. Is the worst part.
Our brand new child support, which is.
Dude, it's a 2021 F450 Platinum. Holy crap.
Biggest notable dually.
19.5-inch wheels. All right. So when we first bought the Ram, I wasn't planning on towing as much weight as we were towing and towing as expensive of toys as we have.
We were like,
now.
oh, we have a stepchild and a side-by-side.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
And the foster child for only a little bit. So I bought the truck and I was like, this is fine. We got the heavy duty, the HD, the bigger engine, the transmission, the single rear wheel, fine. I don't want to deal with the dually and all.
And
then, I can't.
And then we got a Gladiator. And then we got an Ultra 4 car. And then when we went to King of the Hammers, we had the stepchild, an Ultra 4 car, and a side-by-side, plus like a bunch of wheels and tires. And we realized that
it's not safe.
Unfortunately, the Ram 3500, good old reliable child support 1.0, was no longer safe. It was no longer doing what we needed it to do. Now, you might be asking, why did we swap?
So why did we swap an F450 Platinum? Are you serious? Okay, hear me out just for a second. We underdid it with this one. We went with the Bighorn kind of base model, cloth seats, whatever, and it was still $72,000. This one, other than it being like, if you get a limited, it'll be more expensive, but not really because this is fully optioned out. Why go in between again? This is the king of the road, the daddy, Mac Daddy, biggest, baddest. You can't get any more bigger, comfortable, more bad than a 450 limited. So
we got the end-all, be-all of trucks. And in case you're wondering, yes, we are trading in our Ram 3500. It is the only way in the history of ever we would be able to afford the F450. And guys, this, now, there are other reasons, though, why we decided to go with a Ford rather than trying to just upgrade the Ram or just get a dually Ram or something like that. And it's mostly because, aside from the dually issue, we've had some other
The Ram hasn't been good to us.
The Ram has not been good to us. Child support, we miss you. Not really, but kind of, sort of. The seats massage.
You feel it kneading your butt?
It's kneading my butt.
Yeah, and your quads.
And my thighs.
Yeah. And your back.
And my lower back.
Yeah.
I like this. I like that part of this truck.
I like this a lot.
Very much. This is all Kevin has talked about for the last several days leading up to this.
You feel that cold blowing in your butt too? It's been hot and humid out. You feel like you don't feel your seat is cool, like your bum is cool?
I just assumed it was cool because it's leather, and leather's always cold. Or lava hot. I don't know, either way. Anyways, massaging seats. I will give you that. He's done nothing but just talk about massaging seats for days. I'm so sick of hearing about him. It's very nice.
It is very nice. And it's not like the vibration one. It's literally like kneading.
It's like they put a child in the seat and just he's doing this on your butt and your thighs. Anyways, in addition to butt massaging seats, let's go ahead and go over why we swapped from the Ram to the Ford.
Well, I mean, first off, the F450. So it has the wide track axle, which gives you way more steering angle, which is amazing. But the ride in this. So my buddy has an F350 single rear wheel, and the first time I rode in that, I couldn't believe how nice it rode.
We were like, what?
Compared to our Ram 3500. I mean, they're both.
Are trucks supposed to feel like this?
Yeah, they're both one tons. Like, there's no way. Why? And then I'm looking online at the F450s, and people are like, well, unloaded ride's pretty rough, whatever. So I went for a ride without Brittany. I went for a test drive, and I hit some nasty stuff. Like, I found whatever was nasty in the road. And the suspension moves and the chassis moves, but the body was super solid. The cab was solid. Like, it didn't jiggle my fat when I hit the stuff. Like, the Ram fat shames me every time I drive it. It fat shames the shit out of me, and I gotta think it. I'm on a diet now. I do need to lose weight, but it would fat shame the hell out of me. And
the Ford does not fat shame Kevin.
The Ford does not fat shame me when I hit stuff. It is solid. It feels like a super solid vehicle. The door, you shut the door, it's like a vault. And
it rides so smooth. And you might be thinking like, well, Brittany, did the Ram not ride smooth? No, it did not. It never did. From day one, when we picked it up from the dealership, we had issues, and they sounded like this.
It's a wheel balance issue or something. No, it's been doing this since the stock wheels and tires.
Freaking bought it.
Tires with the stock tires, the miles tires, the Nittos.
I love that Jelly's over here typewriting with her ass.
On a water bottle or
On
what?
A water bottle, yeah.
So you know what's super crazy, just to put this in perspective? Our Jeep.
With 100,000 miles
With 100,000 miles. Now,
40
granted,
inch tires,
bead
1
locks,
tons, bead locks,
Hemi swap,
massive canyon crawler, JE reel drive shafts.
Like, I mean, crazy built, nothing left from the factory. I mean, tons of aftermarket parts and huge lifted everything. Going down the highway at 80, it is glass. It is smooth, quiet.
Glass.
I mean, I can take my hands off the wheel, it drives straight, and it is smooth. Like, there is no shake, there's no vibration, there's no pull.
And the tires and wheels aren't even really balanced.
No, I don't have no balance on the tires.
Yeah.
And I rotate them whenever I want. I don't balance.
Yeah.
And it's smooth as can be.
Yeah.
That blows my mind that the stock truck has an issue.
The Jeep is everything that we'd like for this $70,000+ truck to be.
It's crazy. Like, I get in the Jeep, I'm like,
like
how do you get a Jeep on 40s and it's
nicer.
Smoother and nicer to drive?
Now, in addition to the unknown driveline vibration that the Ram had that was causing all sorts of wonderful noise and feeling, there's other reasons as well that we really wanted to swap to the Ford.
The 10-speed automatic transmission in this thing is absolutely phenomenal. It is the seamless, smooth butter. You can't even tell when it hits the next gear. It's insane. Now, the Ram has the ISN, super strong, beefy, but good Lord.
You're thinking, oh, the ISN transmission on the Ram, that should have been bombed. It was one of the main reasons we bought the Ram, that specific one. It's like, oh, that should have been great. No, it also wasn't great.
So from day one, the minute, actually, we bought the truck, we pulled out of the dealership, and there was a clunk on the left front. And it doesn't happen all the time. It happens some of the time. And it would also, on the highway, pull to the right.
We took it into the dealership so many times.
A few times, yeah. We took it in a few times. They couldn't find the clunk.
Couldn't recreate the problem.
Yeah.
Everything was supposedly tight. We'd get it back, it would still be doing it.
Yeah, and pulling. And of course, it's a 3500. It rides rough when they're empty. I mean, we knew that right from the beginning. You saw that on the very first video that we got. We're like, holy crap, this rides like you're like shaking. And it's so bad you couldn't like, yeah. And so we did put the Bilstein shocks on it, which helped tremendously. And now we're running really nice Nittos and Dirty Life wheels. And so like, as you can tell, we're not bouncing like crazy, but we're loaded. We are loaded. But there's a constant, well, it's an intermittent. It's a shake and smooth and shake and smooth.
It's very clearly a driveline thing. It's not a road thing. It's not a tire thing because it's not consistent. It's a driveline issue.
I think a drive shaft's out of balance or something. I don't know, but it's been very annoying because whenever you're on bumpy roads, you don't notice because it just makes noise and you're bumpy.
Yeah.
But whenever you get onto a glass smooth road and you expect to be like, this is gonna be nice,
you can feel the pattern.
It's like a roll. Yeah, it's a nice wave of
vibration.
Yeah. So, like, I've been dealing with this, and like, dealerships haven't figured it out. I mean, somebody could probably just, and we never have time. We're always on the road. Somebody could take it in and say, no, replace these drive shafts, whatever. We haven't had time to do that. So anyway,
the clunking, the vibration,
the pulling to the right, and then there's this weird, when I accelerate, if you're not full throttle, especially with a load,
partial throttle.
Yeah, partial throttle has this lurch of like it's not just a smooth.
Like it can't decide
how much boost. You can watch the boost. Yeah. Like the boost is fluctuating. I can hold 40% throttle, and the boost goes from 10 to 13, 14 pounds of boost, and
it's almost like a tuning issue or something at partial throttle, especially when you're hauling. Yeah. But it just like it does not like it.
Now keep in mind, we have the heavy duty, the high output. We have the bigger motor.
The Aisin, essentially the Aisin transmission.
With the Aisin trans. So we have the big engine with the most torque output and the Aisin trans. Now the Aisin trans is supposed to be like on par with the Allison. It's supposed to be a really, really good, strong transmission.
That was one of the selling points for the Ram 3500 that we bought.
Right, I didn't want to have trans issues.
Yeah.
And we haven't, but man, this thing shifts 30% of the time. It shifts like somebody rear-ended you.
It's like,
just, bam, you're like, oh man. And when your total weight is like 34,000 pounds.
The slingshot of weight transition is just oh god.
I'm waiting for something to break. Like there's no way it can do that and not be hurting itself.
And it doesn't. Again, it's one of those, not all the times, but under certain conditions, it just like it'll shift and you're like, what the?
Like a first to second, or if it's third down to second and back to third, it just does like a bam. Yeah. You're like, holy crap, somebody just hit me. Oh no.
No, it's just shifting gears.
So it's got a lot of little quirks and issues, and for $70,000+, I mean it pulls great, and I mean it's only left us stranded three times if you include me running out of fuel.
Okay,
which is my problem, but not really. It's got a 31-gallon tank. You're talking about 1,000 foot-pound of torque truck that's meant to pull huge, heavy loads, and a 31-gallon tank.
This has been another issue for us because we'll
have to stop every 2 hours,
and we have to stop at actual truck stops because of how long our trailer is. We have to pull into truck stops in order to fit
every 2 to 3 hours. And when we're on a road trip across the country,
we fill up, and then it's like we almost instantly have to fill up again. If I'm driving the Jeep and he is driving the truck and trailer, we have to fuel up at the same time. The Jeep can go with the Hemi and 40s and tons and all of that,
and
a 20-gallon tank.
Yeah.
This still has to fill up at the same, that's, so
the Ford's got a 48-gallon tank.
Now, in addition to the Ford having a 48-gallon fuel tank versus a 31-gallon in the Ram, big difference. And then, of course, aside from all that random mechanical stuff that was going on that we just couldn't get sorted or figured out and just had to deal with kind of every time we decided to drive across the nation, there's a bunch of other reasons, too, that we decided to go with the Ford versus the Ram, especially the F450. And that, number one reason, for me at least, is this has dual climate control, which you wouldn't think would be a very big deal, but it is. Oh, it is. No dual climate control. Now hear us out.
Again, 2020, $73,000 truck. I kind of figured it'd have it. It didn't, and I was like, we'll be fine.
Not a big deal.
Because we have heated seats, and I'm like, she can just turn her heated seat on. I'll have the AC on.
Big deal.
It's a big deal. It's a
big deal.
It's a big deal between men and women. Men, you know this. You know your woman always wants to be warm on her side. She wants the heated seat on. And so what we do is she'd turn the heat on, I'd roll down the window. And then she'd be like, roll up your window, it's cold, I'm getting hit with the air. And I'm like, well, then turn the heat off. And literally it's been over a year and a half.
This motherfucker, never comfortable, always comfortable. 100% of the time.
The driver has
There's
to be comfortable.
no like middle ground.
So,
anyways,
if we are shopping for a new truck, car, SUV, whatever, dual climate control saves marriages.
If your wife has a tendency to be cold, dude, legit, like one of the only times we ever fight in the truck is over the temperature of the truck.
Yeah. So dual climate control.
It's actually a really big deal for us.
It sucks that we don't have it, and we need it.
We need it. Well, now we have it.
For as much time as we spend in the truck.
Now we have it, though. Now, another reason that I in particular am in love right now with this Ford are the plugs. These plugs, a 110, a 12 volt, right here, beautiful, in my line of whatever sight. You have the wireless charger down here, USBs, whatever. The Ram had that. And then look, you have another 12 volt. You have another 110. In the Ram, however, this right here is the only 12 volt plug in existence in our Ram. Now you do have these down here.
The USB.
You do have the USBs and the USB-Cs down there, but that's it.
There's no 110. There's no 12 volt plug in the back for anybody to plug into.
Yeah, there's no 12 volt plug.
There's no
in
like.
the center console.
Trust me, there's no 12 like people. I'm gonna. Oh, what about here? No. We've had this for over a year.
That's it.
That's it.
That is the only one in existence in the entire truck.
And Brittany edits while she drives, so
I had to buy this in order to edit.
To plug into that.
To plug it in right here.
And then you have no more 12 volt plugs.
To edit while I drive, because otherwise my laptop just dies. So there's no 110, which was super frustrating. And we didn't, granted, now hold on. Part of it was our fault because we didn't realize that was the only 12 volt plug in existence when we bought the truck.
I wouldn't think in a $72,000, $73,000 truck in 2020 that there would only be one. Now,
there can only be one.
I found out if you get a $3,500 tech package, you can get the 110 and
more 12 volts and other plugs and
whatever.
Stuff. But you had to get the tech package, and we chose not to get the tech package because we're like, we don't need a big screen. We don't need the extra 3,500.
I didn't need the rear window, so it has to come with the rear power window. And I guess once they run that, they add the extra. I don't know.
But we were like, we don't need all that. Not knowing that it also meant we would no longer get any way to connect electronic devices for charging purposes. So
because I have a dash cam, but I can't run the dash cam
while I'm charging my laptop
unless I hardwire it, which I didn't want to.
We didn't want to hardwire. Anyways, yes. Anyways, some really big things and some really little things. But
yeah. I mean, well, look, I don't have a ton of time in the Ford already. I have been in other ones, but like everything just feels nicer. It really does.
I sure hope so.
It drives. I'm telling you, it drives unlike any truck. It really, the 10-speed, this big diesel. The V8 does feel a lot different than the inline 6 and the Ram. Weirdly enough, I actually like
it. Sounds like a diesel.
The sound inside the cab has more of a rumble. I know the Ram was really quiet, and
which was nice.
The Ram pulled fine.
Yeah.
This one,
dude, it sounds like you can hear the diesel, and I like that sound. I know Kevin likes that sound. So that's kind of actually a plus for us.
Yeah, but it's smooth. It's very smooth.
It's so far, it's smooth. It drives great. I've got a child hiding in the seat, massaging my thighs, I guess.
You brought up the...
Dude, it's really nice.
Massaging seats now.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's super nice.
You guys have to remember, we essentially, for the time being, live out of the truck. For the last year, we've lived in that Ram. We're in it more than we are in the Jeep.
Now, don't get me wrong, Ram makes a limited edition that's going to have nicer leather seats.
You can get some of this in the Ram,
of course, the dual climate control, all that stuff. And it has this leather stitch dash like we have in here. You can make the Ram nicer. But this, it can't, it doesn't have the massaging seats for sure.
No.
It doesn't have the full panoramic.
Oh yeah. I hadn't forgot that existed. That's kind of nice.
It doesn't stop there.
Look at that. Oh, it keeps going. Look at that. So that's kind nice. That's kind of
It's
cool.
not like I need it.
So far, we love it. Like I said, you can option some of these options into a Ram.
Of course
you can. But just the mechanical stuff was not. And Kevin used to own an F-250 diesel, and we freaking loved it. It had like 300,000+ miles on it before we sold it. We regretted selling it.
Potholes.
And oh my god,
Do you feel that?
oh my god,
almost don't.
that's way better than
Those
the
were-
Ram.
the-
I will say that.
The concrete was missing out of
That
the ground.
So, and remember, I also edit in the truck all of the time, and so the smoother the better, and that was nice. Anyways, guys, welcome to, for the moment, our new home, the Child Support 2.0, the F450. This is pretty dope. We will keep you posted on, you know, how things go and how we continue to love or not love it as it goes, but honestly, so far 10 out of 10, we like it, and we will keep you posted. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Brite Nation merch at LiteBriteStudios.com, all your Lite Brite Nation decals at PixelDecals.com. We love you so much. Daddy, say hi. You so excited? You're looking for lizards and birds? And we will see you next time. Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys. Sorry, back. We're just pulling to Texas, and it's freaking hailing on our brand new truck. Brittany's outside with a yoga mat covering the freaking hood. I pulled up under a tree. I'm in the truck trying to get under a tree. It's freaking tornado and hail. Brand new freaking truck. She's just getting soaked with Jelly. Jelly ran out of the house. Jelly's like super scared of storms right now for some reason, and now this is gonna be even worse. Luckily the roof is mostly glass. There's some metal up there, but it's mostly glass. And I mean, it's literally pouring and Brittany's just standing there. I tried to get her to come into the truck, but she wouldn't. She's holding the yoga mats on the on the hood. We have insurance, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, this tree's not really saving us. But it looks like the hail stopped some right now. Oh man, it's a river. Oh crap! I just gotta step in it. Oh my god. Well, oh my goodness. I'm so. And it's, you know what though? It's not even that cold. You are soaking wet. I am so soaked. My shoes are soaked. Good thing it's. Oh god. It's raining sideways. Oh my god.
I'm sorry to some of it.
Oh my god.
I was gonna start filming and then Kelly took off.
I know, you're good. Will you grab her?
Oh. Hey Britt.
What?
I'm sending this to my insurance agent.
So much for a brand new truck.
You look great, babe.
So do you, babe.
You like? At least, yeah, welcome home. I'm so glad we rushed home to get home here. You could have told me there was a storm coming before we got here.
Did.
When?
I
She told you there was a storm coming in tonight?
we were 15 minutes away from the house.